Learn more at azpbs.org/veterans. From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
One group is working to stop voter intimidation. We'll take you inside the Arizona Advocacy Network.
And to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, how this bread of the dead is bringing people together from all cultures.
Plus, how this Valley pastor is not letting his illness get in the way of doing charity work in Haiti.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Alex Capriello.
And I'm Alexis Ducrath. Thank you for joining us. Allegations of election rigging have been a common trend this election season, leading to the question, can this actually happen? 1.2 million early ballots have been cast, and people are left wondering if their vote will count.
That is really the best lie that those who don't want you to vote will tell you. Because when you don't vote, that means someone else who does has a more powerful voice and a more powerful vote. You're empowering those who actually show up to the polls when you don't vote.
The Arizona Advocacy Network trains their volunteers to be on the lookout for any suspicious activity.
So our volunteers are there to, again, just help people to vote.
When it comes to the likelihood of an election rigging,
there's not going to be any voter fraud. This is just fear mongering because they don't want people to vote.
Nothing is ever impossible, but it is the way that our elections are set up in the United States. It's highly improbable that any sort of rigging could happen.
One emotional motivator causes these rumors to circulate.
Fear is very powerful, and it can make people do crazy things.
The best way to fight back.
But we want everybody to vote, so we don't forecast elections here, so we literally just want to see as many people vote as possible.
I encourage everyone, be smarter than that. Don't believe those terrible lies. Vote, and please vote down the ballot.
In order for any sort of statistically significant rigging to take place, you would have to rig a lot of counties. So it's extremely improbable.
If you haven't mailed your early ballot yet, you may want to drop it off at an early voting location. Postal delivery is taking longer than normal. You can check the status of your early ballot on the county recorder's website.
In Washington, watchdog groups are already gearing up to handle reports of voting irregularities on Election Day. Dylan Eddy in our Washington Bureau has details on those preparations. Dylan?
I was at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law today, where I got a sneak preview of their Election Protection Program, a coalition that will be in full swing come Election Day. Having trouble voting? Volunteers from law schools, law firms, and voter rights organizations from across the nation will be at a national call center from now until November 8th. Taking calls from all 50 states, this program helps to ensure that everyone from coast to coast is able to safely and effectively exercise their right to vote. From voter intimidation to long wait times, these volunteers are here to help.
Our job is to help the voter through the process, answer any question that they may have, and if we do start to see problems at the polls, like if there are long lines or if people are saying they're not on the voter registration list, then we work with local election officials to address those problems.
The program has been the nation's largest nonpartisan voter protection coalition for more than a decade. The number to call if you're experiencing difficulty in casting your vote is 1-866-OUR-VOTE. Reporting live from Washington, Dylan Eddy, Cronkite News.
If Arizonans were voting with their wallets, it wouldn't be pretty for the presidential candidates this year. The latest Federal Election Commission numbers show Arizona residents gave $11.2 million to all presidential campaigns this year, down sharply from the $21.9 million they gave 4 years ago. Experts point to a disconnect between Arizonans and the current presidential nominees for the drop-off. Meanwhile, the country as a whole has matched the amount of contributions from the last presidential election cycle with $1.3 billion in campaign donations this year.
Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump held a rally in Pennsylvania today where he focused on Obamacare.
Obamacare means higher prices, fewer choices, and lower quality. Yet Hillary Clinton wants to expand Obamacare and make it even more expensive. She wants to put the government totally in charge of health care in America. If we don't repeal and replace Obamacare, we will destroy American health care forever.
Donald Trump continued to say that rising health care costs often exceed mortgage and rent costs. He said it's unfair to young people because it will destroy them before they can even start living their lives.
Former President Bill Clinton and Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton are in Florida today. At the rally in Immokalee, Bill Clinton focused on health care.
We've got 20 million more people insured. For 4 years, we had the lowest medical inflation in 50 years. None of these stories criticizing Hillary, the president, and the health care say that. Not a single one.
Although Clinton praised some aspects of Obamacare, he criticized the fact that some hardworking people who needed the tax subsidies sometimes didn't qualify because they made slightly too much money.
Hillary Clinton continues the campaign with a visit to Arizona tomorrow, holding a rally at the Sun Devil Fitness Complex at Arizona State University in Tempe. Clinton won't be alone in her visit to the Valley. Donald Trump's running mate, Mike Pence, makes a campaign stop at the Mesa Convention Center tomorrow morning. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Kaine visits North Phoenix, planning to deliver a speech in Spanish at an early vote rally. Mitt Romney also comes to Arizona on Thursday. Romney joins John McCain's campaign in his race for Senate.
Democrat Ann Kirkpatrick won the endorsements of 3 Phoenix City leaders today: Vice Mayor Kate Gallego, former Mayor Terry Goddard, and current Mayor Greg Stanton. Kirkpatrick is running against Republican John McCain, who is seeking his 6th Senate term. After the event, Mayor Stanton said Kirkpatrick represents what Arizona is all about. Stanton also said Arizona is a true battleground state, and we are on the verge of making history, electing fresh leaders with inspiring ideas, and defeating some of our state's longtime embarrassments. A committee on Stanton's behalf also filed paperwork for him to run for Arizona Secretary of State in 2018. New campaign laws require local officials like Stanton to set up campaign accounts for state offices or forfeit their current donations. If elected in 2018, Stanton would be forced to leave the mayor's office a year early.
And be sure to join us 1 week from today for live election night coverage. Cronkite News will bring you election updates on our normal 5 p.m. newscast and will then be live on Arizona PBS 8.3 at 8 for the latest results and reactions from across the state. Now that Halloween is over, Dia de los Muertos is upon us.
While some honor loved ones in cemeteries, others are lining up at bakeries. Coming up on Cronkite News, how Pan de Muerto is bringing people together from all cultures.
Plus, a beloved pop star continues to be a cultural phenomenon more than 20 years after her murder.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true. Yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Now.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. Cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
Some bakeries across Arizona are busy this time of year, making a special Day of the Dead bread. The holiday honors relatives who have passed away. Yesenia Beltran joins us to explain the significance of the bread.
Dia de los Muertos has roots in Mexico, but it's growing in popularity in Arizona. Some people gather in cemeteries to remember their family members, and others put up altars in their homes. And there's also a special holiday bread. As we speak, people are lining up to buy pan de muerto. It takes a team of bakers working extra hours to prepare pan de muerto. They sell about 800 Day of the Dead breads on November 2nd alone.
Viene de clase de todos americanos.
Lead baker and manager Jorge Romero says all types of people come in to buy the bread, not just Latinos. The bread is made from a special egg dough in a round shape with crisscross strips of dough forming bones and a skull in the center. This is the bread before it's all put together. Each part of the bread represents one part of the dead person's body. You'll have to let it sit for 3 hours before baking. It's baked in 310 degrees Fahrenheit, and after 4 hours, the result is this.
Exquisito pan, sinceramente.
Lourdes Sarabia de Olivas drove an hour and 15 minutes from Florence to West Phoenix to pick up her bread.
Since childhood, it was instilled in me that this was a special day to be reunited with your loved ones.
This time of year, the faithful believe the spirits of the dead return to celebrate with their families. The holiday is actually 2 days. November 1st is to remember children who have died, and November 2nd is for adults who have passed away. Yesenia Beltran, Cronkite News.
A singer who died more than 20 years ago is the face of a new line of cosmetics, and Selena's star power has translated into big sales. Cronkite News reporter Lillian Griego shows us why the makeup sold out in a matter of hours.
Colors that she used when she was alive.
Gabriela Elizalde has been a makeup artist for 11 years, so when MAC introduced a new Selena collection this fall, she was eager to buy the makeup.
She is someone that inspired me as a little girl, and she basically, I was a big fan of hers, and now that MAC came out with her collection, it was a must. I needed to get it.
Selena Quintanilla was a rising pop star when she was killed more than 20 years ago. She remains an idol for many Latinas. And those fans are the reason this MAC store in Phoenix sold out of the Selena makeup in a couple of hours. It was the same across the country, and there was record-breaking traffic to MAC's website. Fans took to social media to show the long lines to express their joy and disappointment.
Since they signed the petition, which was like 2 years ago.
Okay, you'll find something.
The Selena collection is based on the colors that she used. We have Como la Flor, which is a red color, Dreaming of You, which is a maroon color, and the powder blush, which is called Tecno Cumbia.
This is the color that I'm wearing.
The lipsticks and other cosmetics are named after Selena's famous songs.
It really means a lot to me because I met her in '93.
Elizalde is careful about the amount of Selena makeup she uses. She has to preserve her supply until January. That's when the makeup goes on sale again. Lilian Griego, Cronkite News.
Federal officials will likely run out of money to buy back land for Native Americans.
But some Arizona tribes have already benefited from the 2009 settlement. Details ahead on Cronkite News.
And temperatures in the valley are back in the 80s, but we do have some showers on the horizon. I have the details coming up next.
Election Day 2016, the historic end to a long campaign. Who will voters elect as the next president of the United States? Which party will control Congress? What else will we learn from the voters? Join PBS NewsHour for special election night coverage. Analysis you won't find anywhere else. Tuesday, November 8th
on Arizona PBS.
I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming. about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah, let that bass line move. It's good to be alive right about now. I think I finally found my. Right about now.
Don't forget that you and your collectibles are the stars of this show.
Between $2,000 and $2,500.
In excess of $15,000.
Wow, it's close to $10,000 right now.
Well, $100,000 wouldn't even be a down payment on this painting.
Oh, good.
Never thought it'd be that.
$1,200 to $1,500 at fair market value.
Join us for the next taping of Arizona Collectibles. Go to azpbs.org/collectibles to submit your items today.
Fired state workers are calling the State Department of Administration
to have their terminations reviewed. On Friday, Governor Doug Ducey pledged to allow Department of Economic Security employees to appeal if they felt they were wrongly terminated. Officials say the Human Resources Office has received at least 71 phone calls from former state employees, and more than 1,500 have been involuntarily terminated since 2015.
Today, the Arizona Department of Transportation added a new transaction to help drivers avoid MVD lines. Customers applying for a duplicate driver's license or ID card can now print their temporary credentials at home. The department no longer requires the temporary credentials to be printed on special blue-tinted stock, which was thought to have added a level of security. Officials say processing duplicate credentials is the second most common transaction at MVD offices.
North Dakota was granted an additional $4 million to cover policing costs at the Dakota Access Oil Pipeline protest. According to the West Fargo Pioneer, the Emergency Commission voted unanimously today to borrow the money from the Bank of North Dakota. The state's Emergency Commission borrowed $6 million from the bank in September, but officials say that money has already been spent. You may have noticed some of your Facebook friends checking in to Standing Rock Indian Reservation in North Dakota, where protests against the pipeline are taking place. Those who have checked in claim that the Morton County Sheriff's Department in North Dakota is targeting people who check in to find and arrest national check-ins have been used to allegedly deter authorities. Protests have been going on for months, bringing in people from all over the country, including celebrities like Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, and Shailene Woodley. Woodley was charged earlier this month with trespassing while protesting the pipeline.
For a program to return reservation land to Native American tribes, federal officials say it will likely run out of money before millions of acres are addressed. The buyback program stems from a 2009 legal settlement, and officials used the money to buy land with multiple owners, then transfer the land to tribal governments. The Obama administration is spending almost $1.6 billion, and a new report says more than 4 million eligible acres will remain when the settlement money runs out in 2022. But it's good news for some Arizona tribal members who have already received money from the federal program. Federal officials say individuals on the Navajo Nation have received over $100 million. Gila River tribal members have $50 million, and those with the Salt River tribe have received $20 million. Members from the Hopi and Toho'odham tribes are scheduled for the next wave of possible buybacks.
The Federal Bureau of Reclamation will increase flows of the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon for 5 days, starting on November 7th. They will release water from the Glen Canyon Dam near Page to mimic the river's natural flow. This release will deposit sand to protect archaeological sites and create habitat for wildlife and beaches for rafters. This will be the 4th release under a protocol approved in 2012. Officials advise rafters and other recreationists to use caution as the water level rises and then recedes.
Native plants along the planned South Mountain Freeway route are being temporarily relocated. The Arizona Department of Transportation says the plants include ironwood and mesquite trees and ocotillo and barrel cactuses. ADOT has recently relocated native plants for construction on Loop 303 and Loop 101. The trees and cacti will eventually be replanted along the highway once it is built. Those record-breaking high temperatures have finally cooled down.
Feels like fall finally, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Tyler Klaus is in the Weather Center with more.
Alexa, temperatures across the state are at or below normal. Currently, we have 80 degrees over in Yuma, 81 degrees down in Tucson, and we have 80 degrees here in Phoenix. But as we take a look at the whole state here, as you can see, places like St. Louis are actually warmer than Phoenix right now. That's because our jet stream is taking a huge dip here to the south, making our temperatures a lot lower. Our normal for this time of year is right about 82 degrees, so 80 degrees is definitely below normal. As we take a look at our radar across the United States, we have some showers up here in Denver and the Las Vegas area. Those will work its way into Phoenix over the next couple of days, but tomorrow is still going to be dry. As we work through your tomorrow day planner, waking up 61 degrees, a little chilly with clear skies, warming all the way up to 80, which is still below normal at 3 p.m. with sunny skies. And by the time we get to 6 p.m., we have a 10% chance of showers, mainly in the North Valley and central Arizona. But here in central Phoenix, a spot shower is definitely not out of the question with 79 degrees at 6 p.m. As we go through the next couple of days, here is Wednesday and Thursday waking up. Most of the shower activity is just on the New Mexico-Arizona border with clouds up in central Arizona. We stay dry for the most part Thursday morning. Our main threat of rain on Thursday comes in the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. Most of the showers are up north of the valley here, but definitely 20% chance here in Phoenix. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast, Tuesday, sunny skies with 82 degrees. Wednesday, sunny, and then Thursday, those clouds roll in. 20% chance of rain with 81 degrees. Looking ahead, we do get a slight temperature increase. Saturday and Sunday is 85 degrees, back above normal with sunny skies. Guys, what are you working on next?
Hoping to help victims of Hurricane Matthew, groups from Arizona are traveling to Haiti.
And one Fountain Hills pastor says nothing can stop him from meeting the children he wants to help. Coming up on Cronkite News, how this pastor is overcoming a physical illness to help hurricane victims.
The confidence to lead our country.
This isn't reality television.
I feel like Hamilton reached out from history and wouldn't let me go until I told his story.
I make no apology for my actions. I would do the same again.
How we come so far and yet have so far to go.
Right there, coming up.
In 1920s Melbourne,
careful with the hand luggage. My pistol's in there somewhere and it may still be loaded.
Phryne Fisher is a detective.
Things could get interesting around here.
Thought they already were.
Who isn't afraid to live a little.
I hope you're not concealing a dangerous weapon under that skirt.
I'm concealing a lot of things. Why do you think you can just run off on your own? It's because I'm carrying a gun.
The irresistible series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Charlie Rose. As part of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU, Arizona PBS is providing a state-of-the-art venue for the next generation of journalists. From newsrooms in Washington, Los Angeles, and here in Phoenix, students engage in real-time, real-world news reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
Hurricane Matthew devastated Haiti, killing nearly 1,000 people. Now, a Fountain Hills pastor is uniting his community to help the children of Haiti, thousands of miles away. Jesse Canales reports how, despite suffering from a physical disease, he says nothing will stop him from meeting the children he looks to help.
The impoverished nation of Haiti has been devastated by natural disasters, and the recent outbreak of cholera further added to the Haitian suffering. Fountain Hills Presbyterian Church pastor Ken Brown started working with local charity organizations to help after hearing about the children of Lakai.
360 kids starving in Haiti seems like something that we could do something about.
Pastor Brown, Free the Kids, and the Kiwanis Club organized a trip to visit Haiti and see the devastation for themselves to help motivate the community to donate.
The entire time that we're trying to raise these funds, those kids are going to be imprinted on my mind, and it'll just continue to drive us forward.
Pastor Brown, too, is suffering. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease a year ago.
I haven't wanted to let Parkinson's disease stop me from doing what I do in my life.
He learned of the children from one of the church members, Jack Reynolds, who happens to be one of the founders of Free the Kids, a charity organization that's been helping the children of Haiti since 1998. Drawing from his experience witnessing the devastation for the first time, Reynolds says he has some idea of what they will feel when they arrive.
Emotional. Tears were shed daily. It was very, very sad situation. How you ask, how can God have people living like this?
The trip to Haiti was meant to be made last week, but a surge of violence made conditions unsafe. They say they will instead leave in January. In Fountain Hills, Jessica Knowles, Cronkite News.
To learn how you can help or to make a donation, you can go to freethekids.org.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton will join us to talk about improvements at Sky Harbor and other city issues. And we'll get an update on the Affordable Care Act, which is seeing fewer providers and higher prices.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, the battle over allowing more bilingual education in California schools. That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
I would rather lose than stoop to that level.
I could have been a very good president. Now we'll never know.
The series continues with the campaigns of George W. Bush and Barack Obama. The Contenders, 16 for 16.
Tonight at 7 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World. Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today. Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
The greatest predator since the dinosaur may be living in your house. Cats are diverse, but they share one genetic blueprint, and they've conquered the globe. This is the story of cats, an 11 million year evolutionary journey into our homes.
Wednesday night at 7 on Arizona PBS. We're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the birth of Walter Cronkite. To commemorate this milestone, the Newseum in Washington, D.C. hosted a celebration featuring some of the nation's top journalists. Arizona PBS was there to capture this historic event and